everyone. Thanks again for tuning into Sin's workshop. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina by Zoraida Cordova. I love this book. I got this book with my Book of the Month subscription, but this is definitely a book I would pay for. Like list price, which is $27. Yep. Ooh, yep. I mean, I just love that opening line. I love the opening line, and also there's a family tree in here as well. But this opening line, it sets the stage for everything, and I do want to read it to you. It's called The Invitation. You are invited to my home on May 14th, the year of the hummingbird. Please begin to arrive no earlier than 1:04 p.m., as I have many matters to settle before the event. The stars have shifted, the earth has turned, the time is here, I am dying. Come and collect your inheritance. Eternally, Orquídea Divina Montoya. And you're just like, whoa. What? I mean, she's inviting her family to her own funeral. She knows when she's gonna die? Is she going to kill herself? What is happening? But there is a magic to the storytelling, which I think is really amazing when it comes to Cordova's writing. I love her storytelling. I think she's so good at just captivating the reader and giving the reader such a strong and solid story to follow, because it's not linear and it's not long at all, but her writing is so concise. It's without losing the magic. So when everyone comes to her funeral, and this isn't a spoiler, this is, what you can find out from right here. Everyone comes to her funeral. They all want answers because Divina, Orquídea, she's been very secretive her entire life. And they're like, we want answers, woman. Especially Enrique. Like, we want answers. As you're reading the story, she has done everything in her power to keep her family safe. Unfortunately, that did create a barrier between her and her family. They love her. They respect her. But there is, for all of them, some more than others, there is this little seed of resentment of them. They want answers. More than anything, they want to know, what the hell, Divina? You wrapped our heads around magic. Magic isn't real. And yet here she is, transforming into a tree when they see her again. And they're like, whoa. We need answers. Does she give them answers? No, she does leave them with more questions than answers, unfortunately. And it really does spur a mystery. There is a mystery here that needs to unfold. How did Divina get her magic? Who was hunting them? Because she does allude, she's like, I've tried my hardest to keep you all safe. This is my, gift to you, this magic. This is your inheritance. Use it to keep yourselves safe. And everyone's like, whoa, someone's after us? Why? And it's like, well, not really after you, but after me, when they're going to try to go after you to get to me. But so, again, she leaves them with more questions than answers. And you're just kind of like, what's happening right now? Especially because she leaves the farm, the home, their land to Marima, right? Yeah, Marima. I was making sure I was saying her name right. She leaves everything to her, and everyone's just like, but she's not even your firstborn son, she's your grandchild. And it's just like, no, she's the one who gets it. And they're also Marima, Ray, Tapinelli, and her daughter Rhiannon. They get even special gifts, even more magical gifts. And it really does influence their entire journey throughout this novel. It really does bring those 4 characters together. You know, they're in this together. And I think that's what's really engaging about the story. This bond that forms between the family as they're seeing, you know, some of Divina's prophecies come to light. They're like, well, shit, we need to solve the mystery of Divina's past to save ourselves. And they do, and it's such an incredible journey. And as you're reading it, again, the story's not linear. So as you're reading the story itself, you're swept up in it. You're swept up in this momentum, in this passion, in this tension. You're discovering who Divina was when she was younger. You're discovering her life. You're seeing everything unfold as it happens for her. But then you keep going back to the future. And you're seeing the ramifications. And you are unfolding the story. That's it. You're watching it unfold in such an entrancing way. And I love the fluidity of Cordova's writing, because sometimes, and I know I've said this before in other reviews, when an author goes back and forth from past to present, sometimes it can be a little jarring. But really good writers, and I've said this before, know how to do it without breaking up the momentum, without breaking up the pacing of the overall story. And Cordova's one of those writing, she goes, you're just back and forth. You're just going with it. You know, it's like you're on the stream. You're just rowing your boat down the stream. And it's just this smooth narrative that just sweeps you up in the story and the magic. And you're just trying to be like, okay, what did you do, Divina? What did you do? I know I keep calling her Divina. Her name is Orquídea, but Orquídea is kind of a mouthful. So you're swept up in it. You're swept up in the energy of the story. You're swept up in the momentum. You're swept up in this mystery and the magic that is unfolding ever so slowly. Because once Divina dies, 7 years pass. But again, her writing is so concise. She's able to not summarize. You're going through the 7 years with these characters. You are experiencing these 7 years, but it's, again, look, this is not a thick book. It was only 321 pages. That's not long at all, you know? Certainly didn't feel like 321 pages either. It's just, that's how good her writing is, that you're like not even thinking about the length. You're just lost in the magic of the storytelling. But with each character, you're going through those 7 years. You are experiencing those 7 years with them. You're watching them grow. You're watching them flourish. You're seeing them come to life in these pages. And that's what's so amazing, especially when you get to that end. You're like, what? Didn't see that coming. It was great, though. I just think it's such a good story. It was, I love Cordova's writing. I love it so much. I loved this story as well. I love Latinx authors. I love Latinx culture and stories. You know, as a Mexican American, I 100% appreciate it. I just love it so much. It was so good. I have to give this book, 5 out of 5 stars. It's just, wow. It is a wow novel. Wow. It's just, it's a good book. It's a good book. I have to highly recommend it. Highly recommend The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina by Zoraida Cordova. Please go to your local bookstore and pick it up. If there's not a bookstore near you, support your local booksellers, online book retailers by purchasing it online. Bunch of resources. But bookshop.org will locate an indie bookstore near you and donate a percentage of your purchase to that bookstore. And also you'll get to find out, wow, there was an indie bookstore near me this whole time. I had no idea. And you can go there, support your local bookstore. If there's not a Barnes & Noble or Books A Million close by near you, booksamillion.com, barnesandnoble.com. Barnes & Noble does ship internationally. Support your bookstores and booksellers. That's all I ask, because there's nothing more magical than going to a bookstore and discovering your next read. You know, you go, you browse, you're like, oh, this looks interesting. I want to buy this. You know, I work in a bookstore, and half the time when I'm shelving books, I'm like, I've never seen this before. Pick it up, and I'm like, I need this. Not right now, but I need this. So I have like a whole list on my phone of books that I discovered just browsing the bookstore. You know, it's so great. And I know we're all a fan of Amazon and Prime Shipping, like, I need to have it now. All I ask is patience is a virtue, and support your local bookseller and book retailer. That's all I ask, because they need that support way more than Amazon does. If money's tight, here are other options. You know, your local library. You can go there to get a physical copy of the book. If you like ebooks and audiobooks, you can download the Libby app, Libby. It is 100% free. You just need a library card. If you don't have a library card, just type in your local library. You can get a digital library card to use for ebooks and audiobooks strictly. A lot of libraries are currently doing curbside pickup, so you can, you know, go get the physical copy that way if you're still worried about, you know, COVID and all these new variants that are popping up. If money's not too tight, you can also download the Scribd app, Scribd. It's $8.99 a month for a subscription. It's basically like the Netflix of books. They have thousands of books in their inventory. And I'm saying this as someone who is a subscriber, so I'm not being paid to say this. I'm just trying to give you more resources outside of Amazon. And I say that as someone who does a lot of shopping on Amazon. I'm trying to get away from that so I can support local booksellers and local book retailers and, you know, my local stores near me. So Scribd is $8.99 a month, which is cheaper than Kindle Unlimited and Kindle Audible, because they have thousands, like I said, thousands of ebooks and thousands of audiobooks in their library, in their system. So that's where I listen to it. So yeah, pretty great. Just support your local booksellers, support your local bookstores. I try to support stuff outside of Amazon, you know? And remember, you don't have to purchase the book to support this author. By just reading it and sharing a review, you know, just a few words and just promoting it on your Instagram, your TikTok, Facebook page, your own blog, or YouTube channel like this, authors appreciate that so much. I've made a lot of connections and friends with authors just by connecting with them and promoting the work. And be like, hey, I wrote this review of your book. I loved it. I wanted to share it with you. And you know what? They're so nice. Like, Zoraida, she's a super nice person. So on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me by liking this video and subscribing to my channel and sharing it with all your book loving friends. You can also become a supporter on Buy Me a Coffee for just a one-time donation. Doesn't matter. Or you can support me by purchasing one of my handmade candles. I'm super in love with making candles, and so far they seem to be pretty good. On that note, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy reading!